That another problem. This one's easy to address. The Vickers and Shaw are running away from the Juggernaut that's like rolling, and everyone says, why don't they turn to the left or right? Look closely, they do. They turn to the right and the left. The two problems that they face are the fact that one, the ship is so massive that they're running to the side, and if they keep running to the side, it's going to catch up with them in the time. It's so huge they can't just dart to the left. It just so happens that Noomi Rapace's character rolls over, and it's rolling in a certain way that it just misses her. You see him run to the right and left, but also it's shielding them from the amount of debris that's just falling around outside. Like, around it, they're shielded from all that debris from the Prometheus that's just exploded. Like, and that's it. Like, if you watch it closely, they do run to the right, they do run to the left, they weave, they try their best, but the ship's so huge, it's rolling faster, like everything. It looks like it's going slow, but that thing's probably moving so quick compared to a human running on the floor, like where it is. Totally. It catches up with them, and it just I never found that to be like, personally, I never found that to be an issue at all.
I mean, I think that's
until people pointed it out, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess, but no, it's not really a problem.
Well, you also have to think as well, the terrain they're on is not exactly the most forgiving for like just.
No, yeah, it's all over the place.
But also, I do think the way they filmed it, they could have shown something better. They could have done it so much better. It's just like, you know.
Oh, what if she was running to the side and then she tripped and got her leg caught on a rock or something, and she was desperately struggling to get her foot out, and it just never happened. Like, it just crushed her slowly.
That would make so much more sense. I mean, even if like, you know, I mean, if they changed it completely, you know, instead of having it roll along the ground. I know that was supposed to show just how resilient and tough it was, but what if it just went smashing into the ground and was sliding along instead of rolling?
I like the roll. I like the idea that it's like a giant coin. There's something about that is so. Like, that sequence is one of my favourite sequences from all the Alien franchises. That's up there probably in my top 5 scenes. I love that image, and I'm putting this in my top 10 CGI, that image of that explosion in the sky with the Juggernaut just falling out. To see that iconic looking ship in a film that I never thought... When I was a kid, I remember you had that toy of the derelict, and I remember playing with it and imagine how it would fly.
Yeah,
you had no idea. And I love that this film, you see how it flies that way. I always thought it would fly that way, but it actually flies that way. I'm not too disheartened by that. But I love the fact that it spins like this in air and then it, you know, goes off. But that image of it falling and then rolling on the ground, that action sequence was just... I was drooling at the mouth, loving that thing. And the fact that they used a model and they used CGI, that's what made it. It looks so effing good. Like, it looks so fucking cool.
It is just...
But, you know, like we said, like, some people took out that scene by, the running thing.
They definitely could have done it better. I mean, it's not... I can see both sides of the coin with that. I mean,
personally... What, with the ship crash?
Yeah, you know, I could have seen it working better if they'd have filmed it a certain other way, but, you know, I can also see that, you know, there are reasons why...
There's that shot of them running.
They're running to the sides or anything.
Yeah, there's that shot where they're running towards the camera, and you see the first bit of the Juggernaut come down, like, and every time I watch it, it always surprises me just how massive it is. It comes down and I'm just like, that is so huge. That ship is gargantuan, and it's not only like, it's rolling towards them.
That's the thing. I don't think.
And that's why I never got why. That's why I never questioned why they're only running straight.
Because it's so massive.
I was like, so massive that, you know, running straight, you've probably got a lot more to run to the side.
But you'll keep up rather
than run to the side and it keep catching you. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of hard to describe. Because obviously this would never happen. Like no one's ever going to find themselves in this situation.
But I don't think people realise just how fucking huge it is.
It's massive.
Like, it is so massive. And yeah, you think, if you're running, if it's that close to you and you start running to the side, that thing is going to get you.
It's probably going about 60 miles an hour, like rolling, like the base of it rolling towards you.
Totally. It's going
to be massive,
pretty fucking
fast. Yeah, there's that sequence anyway, and then there's another problem that a lot of people bring up is the whole Milburn and Fifield getting lost when they have maps. and they have the like
GPS
the GPS and the mapping system in the ship. Now, this is the deal, people. I've watched this film. It's got to be close to 50 times now since it came out. I've watched it like I did with Alien 3. I watch it. I study everything, and he freaks out. Fifield freaks out, shouts at him, says he leaves, says to Milburn, "You're coming with me." They go. The time between then and the fact that the storm's been announced, that it's hitting, and them getting in the jeeps and leaving, is a very, very short amount of time. 15 minutes, probably, about that. 15 minutes in their universe. And in that time, it all comes down to Fifield and Milburn just think they know they could walk back to the exit. By the time they realise they're lost, they call the ship for directions, and Idris Elba's character says, between the storm and this stag, there's no real way we can come and get you. You're going to have to hunker down for the night, and we'll come get you in the morning once the storm's passed. That's it. It's a classic like horror movie trope, but the Alien franchise is full of these tropes, you know. But that's it. I've never really got why. And like, people say, "Oh, why don't they direct them towards the exit?" Well, there's a storm outside. Like, I don't know why I'd want to sit next to an exit
where like debris could come flying in.
Debris, but like
collapse,
they go to the head chamber and they get in their little silver like insulated blanket things, because that's probably the warmest section of the whole pyramid that they know about, you know. And you know, it's just bad luck that the black goo's all in there. But it's and then a lot of people say, why does Milburn freak out over the giant, you know, humanoid dead aliens, and then doesn't get freaked out by the hammerpede? Now, there is a deleted scene where they show him, they find a little leech thing in the water right near the entrance, and he freaks out, and he's like Steve Irwin, he just lunges on it and goes, and he's holding it, he's like, "Oh, first alien." Doesn't take into account, well, he's in his full suit, so he doesn't take into account what it could do, he just holds it. Because remember, at this point, no one knows what the alien is. No one even knows what that exists. Like, no one in this universe knows the alien. So, you know, and these suits that they say in one of the, it's in, and I know you shouldn't have to go through this to understand the movie, and there is a line in one of the deleted scenes, which is annoying that they deleted it. They talk about their suits are meant to be ridiculously strong, like fabric. So he doesn't think it's going to rip through his suit and like attack him. The hammerpede, like I'm talking about that scene. He doesn't think it can get through his suit. That's why he's like cautiously approaching it, trying to calm it down. Like a cobra, it's doing this. Like, you know, you can calm a cobra down. They're not going to spit every time. They're not going to attack it.
And even if it did, you're wearing all this.
Exactly. He thinks he's wearing the state-of-the-art Wayland Industries suit. Like, they're not their suits. They're this $1 trillion company's suits that they've been loaned to go on this mission.
They've probably been guaranteed that they're like impervious to all sorts of like,
exactly. And it's annoying that this sentence didn't happen in the film. Like, that is annoying. So it alludes to the fact that he's just you know, courting this animal. But he's an animal lover. Why is he scared of humanoid giant aliens? Well, the thing is, some people are scared of other things. Some people are scared of something else. Like, I'm scared of some things, I'm not scared by other things. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think I'd be particularly happy to be around the.
I'll tell you now, I love spiders. I love spiders. I'd let them crawl all over me. I've had a tarantula, a Chilean rose back in my day. I let it crawl all over me. But if a whip-tailed scorpion walked in here right now, I'd be fucking trying to kill that thing, or I'd be out of this room in a shot.
And they're essentially the same.
And they're essentially another spider. There's just something about that whip-tailed scorpion that drives my it makes me fucking. I hate the look of them. They're weird arms like that. So this guy, this character, Milburn, excuse the siren, probably saw the dead alien, freaked out, because it's not just a creature, it's a dead human
creature. Yeah.
And it's not just a dead human, it's something that's like 12 feet tall, and they're all wearing their biomechanical suits, so they don't really look like anything you've ever seen before.
Yeah.
You know, that to me would be scarier, even if it's dead, than seeing a living snake. Like, to me, I agree with Milburn. I wouldn't approach it. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, totally.
He might. Like, Steve Irwin would jump on a crocodile. Like, that's something. But I've never got why people found that the most annoying thing.
I think as well that it's because the characters. I mean, a lot of people are like saying, you know, why are the characters doing all this stupid stuff? because the scientists are stupid, they're all shit scientists.
Yeah, they're
they're not the best
because
in their
they
field.
say you find like there's a line in the film where they say that this has been all pulled together last minute, this team, because Wayland's dying. Like Wayland's got like 2 days to live when he gets out of that cryotube. They had to pull together this team. There's a viral marketing video where it shows them interviewing these scientists with like a week to go or something like that before launch, or a month or something like that. That's quick. Like they have to pull this team. They don't have much training, and they're being given a lot of money. They're not told anything. These are people who aren't told what they're going to do, but are willing to spend 4 years of their life, 2 years to and back, assuming that they get back. But
so
like
they're probably looking for dedication over professionalism.
Exactly.
They aren't like we're saying, they aren't the best in their field. A lot of them are pretty shit.
Now,
and they're prepared to drop all their research to go on a wild goose chase for the next like 4 years of their life.
Exactly.
Like, they aren't gonna be the brightest fucking sparks in their field.
The downfall of that is though, it doesn't make. You don't want to watch a film full of these people. That's the thing.
But at least it kind of acknowledges that they aren't.
It does acknowledge. Like, it really does acknowledge. Like,
these guys aren't like, because otherwise I'm sure they'd be like, much more methodical. They'd be much more, professional in the way they do it. But these guys are just a fucking ragtag bunch. They grab from any old universe.
The best characters in this movie, Idris Elba as the captain. He's my favourite character. The fact that he just doesn't care. He's just been hired to pilot the ship. He doesn't know anything about the technology of what's on that ship. He only knows how to pilot it. He doesn't really know anything about what's going on this trip. Like, he even outright says, "I don't care."
Yeah, he doesn't really have much of an interest in it. He doesn't know, so he doesn't care either.
And his two co-pilots who hardly have any screen time are the Brett and Parker of this film. They bet money on what this expedition is. That's all they do. They do nothing else. They bet money because they've been paid a shitload, so they don't care.
Yeah.
And they're just his co-pilots. The only downside to their characters are when they're about to sacrifice themselves for the good of mankind, another silent hero act. The emotions in that scene aren't as heavy as I'd want.
They're just wrong. They're like misplaced emotions. They're not the kind that you would expect to be in that kind of bit.
My personal biggest disappointment with Prometheus is the editing. There are so many scenes.
That is it.
So many. That's what it all boils down to. There is a classic film sitting right there. It just needs, like Alien 3, it needs a re-edit. It needs these scenes put back in for characterization, for answers to why a character wants to jump on a snake.
It's
why they get lost.
It's all there. All the answers to a lot of the questions are there, ready to be shown. But for some stupid reason, fucking Ridley Scott's like, that's fine the way it is.
And then it's like, then the final bit of the film is, why did they want to kill us? There's no other questions. It's like, why did they want to kill us? And then that's it. Then you lead into the prequel. But then if it's open ended, it leads people like us to chat about why. Why do you think that? Did they look at Earth as a petri dish? Did they? Because I know David says, first one must destroy in order to create, or whatever he says to Numi, because you can tell he sat there in that chair and watched holograms of them talking in that scene where they all talked out. What were they talking about? He understands their language, as we know from him reading the thing. He understands what they're saying, so what did he hear?